We've seen how some of the Toon family members would look like in the past. However, there are other versions, and these can be very interesting. With some of the parents, we will see their stats, abilities, and even their twisted versions. So, let's begin. This alternate universe was created by BenisBeans through Reddit, showing us their version of how some of the Toon parents would be like. Dandy. Starting with the same family we did in the last video, in which we met one version of Dandy's parents, his father is Dayton Dancifer, seems to be a fire lily, due to the warm shades of yellow and orange present in his petals and limbs. The sunshiny father of Dandy himself began as the perfect role model for his son, taking on the role of the Garden View medic. His knowledge of Toons and humans alike is expansive, and he yearns to know more. Unfortunately, it's all he can do now, as his darling wife Belle has left him for his unforeseen personality change. In the game, we could get Dayton with 5,000 ichor, completing the research of Twisted Dandy, and buying 13 trinkets from Dandy's store. His active ability, Sunscreen, can give another Toon a healthy shield for 15 seconds, protecting them from Twisteds. His passive ability, on the other side, Rising Shine, allows Dayton to resist a fatal attack once, including lethal attacks. His trinket is Stethoscope, which allows you to see the Toons when they are attacked by a Twisted. Dandy's mother Belle seems to be an English bluebell flower, due to the color she presents. Her petals are bluer on the outside and purplish on the inside. Besides, she wears a blue dress of a lighter shade. Twisted Dayton. After being abandoned by his wife, Dayton seeming himself unworthy of his family's love, his appearance mutated to match, and he has lost his mind in his agonizing transformation. Slowly wandering the floor, his vision is better than most Twisteds. When a Toon is seen by him, he screams and charges, opening his face and completely binding himself to attack until he hits a Toon or an object or wall. If he misses and he hits an object or wall, he will be stunned for 3 seconds, before closing his face and continuing to roam. Astro. Astro's parent is Aurelius Novelite. We can observe they also have a moon face, but on the other side, and in some of their body, they present a galaxy-like texture, with the nuclear bulge of the galaxy being their eye. There are a couple of luminous stars coming from their head, wears a purple blanket, and the inferior part of their body is pitch black. They are the guardian of dreams. Auror created his son out of an particularly bright star that sparkled in their vast galaxies, a great cosmic entity. It may seem odd they take on the form of such a friendly little Toon, but supporting their child is the most important thing to them, and they'd rather not have it any other way. As a Toon, they can be acquired for 5,000 ichor, 100% research on Twisted Astro, and after experiencing 50 blackouts. With their active ability, Dark Matter, he can create a pulse that maximizes the stealth of the nearby Toons for 5 to 10 seconds. And with his passive ability, Cosmic Sight, they can see all Twisteds highlighted every 10 seconds and gain 50% speed boost when seen by a Twisted for 5 seconds. This effect can stack. Thanks to Auror's trinket, Sleepy Time Storybook, Twisteds actively chasing you will suffer a 25% speed decrease. Twisted Aurelius. So friendly yet cruel, they were driven mad by their own desire to protect, and will drag any Toon into their caring embrace. Causes the floor to appear dark, but will guarantee preventing an actual blackout. You will be warned they are on the floor via their face, appearing in front of the elevator door a few instants before disappearing. Every minute, a black hole will spawn at a random point on the floor that will grow for 10 seconds, pulling Toons toward it before despawning and resetting the timer. V. V's mom is Electronic Numerical Integrator and Database, or Enid for short. She's an old computer. Her emotions are more limited than V's. Due to the more primitive technology on her body, above her head, we can see a long receipt paper that appears to be her hair. Her body is mostly green with yellow details, as well as black limbs and green shoes. Enid is the first generation of models in the V line, before there even was a V, or so they say. She runs the educational section of V's floor, informing on the history of computers and electronics. Blunt and seemingly unfeeling, it's no wonder her daughter has a bit of a struggle with her emotions, an issue they both struggle with and argue over on occasion. With her active ability, Input Command increases the movement of extraction speed by 20% for 5 seconds of a targeted toon actively moving or extracting respectively. And thanks to her passive ability, Analyze, when standing, she can see all the Twisteds on the floor. Enid's trinket is Data Report. Increases extraction speed in 10% for 5 seconds after a machine is completed. Besides, Enid has a pet called Mortimer, which is also a small loyal companion for V. She is a yellow computer mouse. We can observe the mouse buttons that extend back, giving them an ear shape. The scroll wheel is above his head. She has a tiny nose, and the tail ends in an USB cable. Mortimer's passive ability, Sparked Outlet, gives her a 10% chance of instantly completing any machine. With her trinket, Cheesy Mousepad, the user gains 20 of stamina after a machine is completed. Twisted Enid and Twisted Mortimer. Trapped in her own perceived stagnation, Enid has become hollow, becoming the perfect place for a frightened yet violent little creature to hide and fester. Twisted Enid will spawn in front of the elevator and cannot attack or move. She's able to do little more than warn of the impending danger that lurks in her chest cavity. Scaling to the number of players, she displays a countdown on screen, and all machines on the floor must be completed before the time runs out, or else Twisted Mortimer will be released onto the floor. Twisted Mortimer is the second fastest Twisted, killing on contact. She will only be released if Twisted's Enid's timer hits 0. Scaling to the number of players, time is added to the clock for every machine completed. When panic mode hits, all toons will have 15 seconds to get to the elevator before Twisted Mortimer forces his way out to give chase. Sprout. Sprout's father is Ross, who is a raspberry. Uses a pair of oval glasses, wears a white shirt and a pink waistcoat with white vertical stripes. Sprout's mother is Abby. She's an apple. She has a long forelock represented with a big leaf, uses square glasses and has a couple of freckles in her cheeks. Wears a green and red dress with black shoes. Besides that, Abby holds a green stick with a pointing hand at the end, so it's likely she was a school teacher. Both parents seem to be peaceful and get along pretty well, so Sprout's family is perceived as a stable and caring environment for him, one in which mutual aid and understanding is constant. Shelly. Shelly's father is Isaac Fossilian, who seems to be some kind of anthropod species currently extinct. He has long whiskers and wears a white shirt with a yellow tie. Isaac is likely a very loving father and one full of knowledge about fossils, so he could be the one teaching Shelly about her favorite ones, dinosaurs. Pebble. Pebble's mom is Bones, who also seems to be some kind of pet rock, just that this time she has some bones above her, a pair of ribs, and a tail with a spike ball in its end. She also has some small nails in her feet. Pebble's father is called Magma, who seems to be a small volcano from which we can observe lava emerging. His tail is made of this melted rock, similar to his eyebrows and his tongue. The rest of his body has multiple shades of gray. Pebble's parents are a bit different from each other, Magma being energetic and mischievous, and Bones being more peaceful. These have been the parents of the main toons, while BenisBeans has worked on the designs for the parents of other toons, including the event main toons from Christmas, Easter, and Halloween. So if you'd like to see them eventually in our channel, don't forget to